Got another quick fire, rapid fire ATM Q&A going on here. That's what we're going to do in this video. Hey there, my name is Carey Buck. I've been an independent ATM business owner since 2009. Been an ATM business mentor since 2011. That's where I teach people just like you how to start and grow your own profitable ATM business that'll bring you consistent monthly passive income and big chunks of cash in small time frames. Now, why do you want consistent monthly passive income and big chunks of cash in small time frames? Well, it's going to be different for everybody. A lot of folks want to quit their 9-to-5 jobs. You have folks that want to supplement their retirement, or this is their retirement. You have people that are tired of putting out huge chunks of cash to get a decent ROI, and instead they want to put out smaller chunks of cash to get a decent ROI. You have people that are looking for generational wealth, legacy wealth, for kids, grandkids, great-grandkids. And then you have people that just want extra money, and do whatever they want. And then you have people that they have reasons that are personal to them that we don't know about, right? And you could check off multiple boxes, but here's the thing. If you'd like me to help you start your ATM business and get that consistent monthly passive income with big chunks of cash, I'm going to help you reach that ultimate goal of yours faster. Okay, so I invite you to go to atmtrainingvideo.com. Better yet, just click the link in the description below. Okay, enter your email, watch that training video, book a call with my team. Together, you and they will figure out if you and I will be a fit to work together. All right. Listen, before we get into this video, though, do me a favor: thumbs ups, like this video. Also in that corner, or perhaps it's that corner, one of these corners, there's a silver ATM. Click that, subscribe to this channel, hit that bell notification, select all, so every time I post a video, you're first to know about it. Okay, so I'm going to do another one of those rapid fire ones. Granted, I'm not so rapidy. Is rapidy? I don't even think rapidy is a word. Granted, I'm not so rapid, but let's go through a couple of these. Literally, I've been taking these, I think these particular questions that I have in this list for the free Facebook group that I have, I think, since 2018. So there's a lot here. All right, so here we go. Let's go. So, how do I get started? Well, if you don't know anything about the ATM business, like absolutely nothing, a great way to get started is to click on that link in the description, enter your email address and then on the very next page, watch the training video I have. It's probably less than 30 minutes. All right, so that's a great way to get started. Okay, I need passive income cash flow generation modes. Maybe he or she means models. I need passive income cash flow generation models. Well, you got real estate, you got the ATM business, you got dividend stocks, you have options with stocks, you got options with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, right? What else? God, there's so many. There's so many. And here, you want to hear a really obscure, but a passive income stream that I have that I don't really think about much is I used to be a full-time realtor with Keller Williams Realty Group way back in the day when I was a full-time realtor. And when you brought other people in to the organization, they got put in your downline. I know you're thinking MLM and something like that, but that's not what that's in a sense that's not what it is. But because you're a real estate agent, like you're not selling any products or anything like that, right? But when a particular profit center, made profit, you got a portion of that. If the person you brought in contributed, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, I still to this day get paid profit sharing from Keller Williams, and I haven't been a realtor with them in a really, really long time. But I got what's the word? I forget the word, whatever the word is called when, you're there for so long that you get it no matter what. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's pretty cool. Okay, I need passive income cash flow. Oh, I already did that one. I'm sorry. What is the best way to build passive income so I can quit my job? Figure out what your basic expenses are. That's number one. Find a passive income stream that you don't mind doing, you don't mind putting in the work to do. Figure out how much money that passive income stream can make you, and do the math. Work backwards. Do the math. Work backwards. Right? It's literally simple, basic math that we learned in elementary school. Right? Just do that math, and that's how you figure out how much of a passive income stream you need to quit your job. How much time will I need to spend to maintain this passive income? So talking about the ATM business, obviously. So in the beginning of starting your ATM business, you're going to put way more time into it, right? And when I say way more time, you're going to determine what way more time is, right? So if you have a full-time job where you're working 80 hours a week, I'm not kidding, I have a student like that, where you're working 80 hours a week, and maybe you have a wife and a kid, right? The amount of time you're going to put in is going to be different than the amount of time that, somebody who's 27 years old, single, has a great job, but, gets done at 5 o'clock, right? And it only works Monday through Friday, right? So you guys are going to put in two different amounts of time, right? Because you have that kind of availability, two different sorts of availability. But both of you, the amount of time you're going to put in the beginning, you're still going to be working harder and more to set up the business in the beginning, right? Because that's, getting the bank account, hearing all the no's, right? Hearing all the no's of business owners that tell you no in the beginning. Getting all your contracts reviewed, getting your business set up. Finally, getting a yes, and then ordering your machine, and then figuring out how to program it, and doing all that. That takes a lot of work in the beginning. And remember, one ATM is not going to do the trick for anybody. It's not going to do the trick for anybody. One ATM is not going to, make you. You know what I mean? So you do that one time, and then you got to do it again and again and again to get to the point where you want to be, right? And all that's hard work. That's a lot of work that you're going to put in, and it's going to vary based on you and your lifestyle and your life and what you want and how soon you want it, right? But once things are set up, like once you have, let's say, 10 ATMs or 20 ATMs, and they're set up in their places, and they're cranking that passive income every single month, now that work is really easy, right? It's easy breezy, easy peasy. You know what I mean? You basically are going to fill, ATMs maybe once a week, once a month, depending on how much cash you put in them. And that's it. Once in a while, if you have a dispute or you have some kind of maintenance issue, you'll take care of it. And I say once in a while because I promise you these ATMs are workhorses. They do not give you the amount of problems that you might think in your head that they will give you. Okay, just think about this: the longest amount of time that you're going to spend on your ATM business is, and this is like when it's all set up and it's running like a well-oiled machine, is driving to and from your location. That's the longest amount of time you're going to spend in your ATM business, because the actual act of filling an ATM takes anywhere between 30 to 60 seconds. So it's that drive that's going to be the longest. Okay. Legalities of owning an ATM business. If you live in the United States of America, it is 100% illegal to own and operate an independent ATM business. Okay. If you live in a different country, I can't speak to that. I know Australia you can. I know Canada you can, because I have students in both of those countries as well. How to generate multiple streams of income. Okay. Well, obviously start with one stream. Get that fine-tuned, get that cranking in some decent income, and then go to the next, right? Focus. It's the big F word we need to concentrate on. Focused one thing at a time. Focused one thing at a time, okay? One stream, then the next stream, then the next stream, then the next stream, all right? How can I get started and join? Again, easiest way, click the link in the description. Enter your email, watch that 28-minute training video. If you're interested in having me helping you, book a call with my team. Together, you guys will figure out if you and I will be a fit to work together. This person says they want an income when they don't do physical work. Okay, well, physical work. So I'm one of those people where I don't like to get my hands dirty, right? I just don't like to get my hands dirty. I don't like do physical labor. Like that's just not my thing, right? I got really nice, soft hands. So to me, the ATM business is not physical work. I don't consider it physical work to fill an ATM once a week or once a month, right? Like that's simple. It's really simple. So if you consider that physical work, you might want to look at, something else, maybe lending money to folks in the ATM business, or lending money to real estate investors, right? And being a private lender. That way you just give the money out and the other people go and do whatever they do. You know what I mean? Like you're not doing anything there. That's an idea for you. I mean, you can get into real estate. You can get in, rental properties and things like that. I was obviously in the rental, and I still will be, but I sold my last property in December. But I was in that business, and I never did anything. I always hired folks to do it. So you can look at real estate. There's a bunch of things you can look at that don't require physical work. This is a good one. What financial goals should I have already reached before investing in a passive income source? So I did a video about not listening to Dave Ramsey, right? And Maybell, can you put this video up here? It's a video about not listening to Dave Ramsey, right? Because Dave Ramsey, and by the way, I love Dave Ramsey, right? Some of his stuff, right? And then some of his stuff I totally ignore, right? And this is one of those things, right? So I really don't think you have to reach any particular financial goal before you start investing in a passive income source, right? You literally can start right now. And the reason I say that is because in 2009, when we started our ATM business, we were broke, had no money to start an ATM business, and we had over $150,000 worth of debt, right? So if you take those two things, like in the Dave Ramsey world, you should not be investing in anything, in no passive income, right? There's all the kinds of stuff you need to be figuring out about your finances first, right? And a lot of other people will tell you you shouldn't be investing, you shouldn't be doing nothing. Well, I don't listen. I don't follow that school of thought. Okay, my school of thought is I have no money and I'm in debt up to my eyeballs. There's no way I'm ever getting out of that and I'm ever getting financially free if I just keep working a 9-to-5 job. It's just not happening. So even though I had no money and we were in debt up to our eyeballs, we started an ATM business in 2009. Okay, so we started that passive income stream in 2009 without reaching financial goals that other people think that we should reach before we start a business. Do you know what I mean? And you know what? Of all the questions that folks asked today and all the answers that I gave, that might be the most important. Please don't think that you have to reach some sort of goal in your life before you start an ATM business or any passive income stream for that matter. Okay? Just go do it. Okay? Please, just go do it now. Oh, and by the way, let me follow up on that too. If I had not started that business in 2009, when I got fired from my job 3 years later, I would have been in a lot of trouble. But because I started that business in 2009 with no money and being in $150,000 worth of debt, in 2012 when I was fired from my job, I never had to have another job since, right? How do I build from scratch? Is an LLC necessary in the ATM business? An LLC actually is not necessary. And in some states like California, it's really, really expensive, right? So a lot of folks go the sole proprietorship way, right? You can do a sole prop and DBA, doing business as. But here's the thing. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a tax professional. I'm not a lawyer, right? So you want to go see your CPA, your tax professional, and your lawyer, and they'll get you straight on that, okay? How do you overcome the situation that I already have an ATM on the premise? Well, here's the thing. If the ATM is working and everything's in great order, I honestly probably wouldn't try to overcome it. Maybe just easy peasy, hey, are you happy with your provider? Because here's the thing. I don't want to spend too much time and effort and energy on that because there are so many other viable deals out there that I can go and talk to and have better luck, right? A lot of people will say, hey, offer them more money, right? So they'll be like, oh, how much are they paying you? Are they paying you any money? That's not going to get you the deal. That is not going to get you the deal in that location that already has an ATM, right? Because what's going to happen is if you say, hey, I can offer you 50 cents, a transaction, when your guy's only offering you 25 cents, what are they going to do? They're going to call their guy and be like, yo, dude, I got somebody in here offering me 50 cents. Can you give me 50 cents a transaction or I'm going to go with them? And they're going to say, yeah, I'll give you 50 cents a transaction. You know what I mean? You're not getting the deal, right? The best way to get the deal from an ATM that's already on the premises is if there are problems, right? The ATM's always out of money. The ATM's always broken down. You can get into that. You can get into that location with the support and service angle. You're not going to get in it 99.99999% of the time. You ain't getting into it because you're going to give them more money. It's just not going to happen, right? So if that's the case, everything's fine and dandy, just move on to the next spot, right? If everything's not fine and dandy, then have that conversation. Will I be able to do this at 18? I have cash. Yes, you will be able to do this at 18. You can do this at 18. I have a student that is 19. Actually, he's probably 20 now, 21 now, I guess. But I also had a student who was 17. So yeah, you can totally do this at 18. And at 18, you legally can sign all your documents and all your contracts and everything. So that's cool. You're good to go. What's the best ATM to buy? Well, I'm a Handle Gen Mega girl. I'll always be. And the Handle 1700s that I used to swear by, they stopped making them. So now I'm a Gen Mega G2500 girl. All right. But a lot of these mini retail ATMs, I mean, they're all comparable as far as price-wise and functionality-wise. But that's just my preference. When getting into the ATM business, is it worth it to join a franchise? That's a good question. That's a great question. I don't think so. I really don't think so. They're really, really expensive, right? And it's going to really take a long time for you to recoup your investment when it comes to a franchise. And not only that, the better that your business does every year, the more you have to pay the franchise, right? I mean, how much sense does that make? Like, it's like they're punishing you for doing well, you know what I mean? So yeah, I personally don't think it makes sense. I mean, I know a lot of times people want to join a franchise because, they'll find locations for you and they have like this system for you, right? Well, I'll teach you a system, right? And I'll teach you how to find locations. And if you don't want to find them yourself, guess what? I'll teach you how to find locations. And you hire yourself a virtual assistant to find the locations for you, just like a franchise would do for you. But the virtual assistant isn't going to take your profits, and they're not going to cost you $50,000, right? So, let me teach you. I'll teach you the business. I'll give you the format to follow. And I'll teach you how to teach a VA to find locations for you. And it's going to cost you a fraction of what it would cost for a franchise. And not only that, I'm not going to charge you. I'm not going to want some of your profits every year, the more that you get successful. Do you know what I mean? But here's the thing. If you have money burning a hole in your pocket, you got 50 grand burning a hole in your pocket, and you want to start a franchise, honestly, the only one that I would recommend is ACFN. They've been around forever, so that's probably your best bet. I can't vouch for them as far as them, being good or indifferent or whatever, but I just know that they've been around forever. I know they follow all the SEC laws that they need to follow. And I know they're legit. So ACFN probably should be the way to go if you are looking for an actual ATM franchise and you want to, throw your money away. It's burning a hole in your pocket. By the way, they also overcharge you for ATMs, and they overcharge you for processing, and they give you all these other BS fees that you have to pay. So again, it's your money. You do what you want, but hey, the option's there for you. Okay, how do I get started with $1,000 to invest at first? Well, $1,000 isn't going to get you very far in the ATM business. So you want to just start like you have no money, right? Start like you have no money, because $1,000 isn't anything, right? $1,000 ain't going to get you an ATM. You can put $1,000 inside of an ATM, right? But $1,000 ain't going to get you an ATM, the cash inside it, your LLC contract. Like $1,000 can't get that, right? So you're gonna have to pick what you want the $1,000 to do for you, right? So just pretending like you have no cash. So you're gonna have to be resourceful. Be resourceful. Sit down and think about the resources you have available to you in your life. Okay, maybe you have good credit, so you can get cash advances on credit cards. Maybe you have 0% financing on credit cards for 12 to 18 months, something like that. I have students that are killing it with that. Like that's how they're getting their ATMs. 0% financing on their credit cards for like 12, 18 months, right? Maybe you can do that. Maybe you could get a loan from the bank. Maybe you could get a line of credit, from the bank, home equity line on your home. Maybe you could get a small business line of credit. Maybe you have another business, you can get a small business line of credit for there. Maybe you can borrow money from your Aunt Joan. Maybe you can, borrow some money from somebody else, right? Maybe you can look in your garage and see all the shit that you have in your garage that you haven't used in years, and you could sell it, right? Maybe you pull a Gary Vaynerchuk and you start going to garage sales and buying shit for cheap and then reselling it, right? You just have to use your resources. Use your noggin. Sit down and think. How can I make this happen? Because you need more money, right? But again, remember, it doesn't have to be your money. It doesn't have to be your money. It could be OPM, other people's money, right? Even with me, like if you wanted to become a student of mine, like I have financing options available for you, right? So hopefully that makes sense, because $1,000 isn't gonna get you far when it comes to the ATM business, but that doesn't mean you can't start. Remember, start in 2009 with $0, okay? And if you're wondering, well, what did you use? I used 2 cash advances on credit cards, and I used a small business line of credit from a real estate business that I had. Okay, it was like $3,000 line of credit. That's how I got started. All right, listen, Carey Buck. Hope you like that rapid fire. And again, I wasn't so rapid today. I'm a little sleepy right now. But bunch of questions, just questions and answers, questions, answers, questions, and answers. All right. If you got any comments, any questions, any ideas for future videos, post them below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to click the ATM in the corner, subscribe to this channel, hit that bell notification, select all. So every time I post a video, you're first to know about it. All right, Carey Buck here, signing off. Have a great day, and may you live happily off of passive income. Hey, Carey Buck here. I hope you enjoyed that last video. If you got any questions or comments or even ideas for future videos, just post that below, okay? And do me a big favor. If you have not done so already, give me some thumbs up, some likes for this video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification, select always